Hey guys, this is Mr. Brenton here. Today we're going to talk about our notes about photosynthesis. What is it? How do plants perform this? What are the requirements of this? Also the difference between terrestrial and aquatic plants, and ultimately how this leads to the water cycle and carbon and oxygen cycle. Alright, so let's get started here. Photosynthesis. If you look at the word photo and synthesis, we're obviously going to be making something with energy from light. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing is the plant takes the plants take two inorganic molecules. We know those as carbon dioxide and water, and molecules, and synthesizes an organic molecule or an organic sugar or food. We know that as glucose. Using the radiant energy from the sun. Okay, so basically what we want to make sure we understand is that these organic molecules, we have our plant here down below. Here's our terrestrial plant, and of course we have our radiant energy over here, radiant energy from the sun, and we have a gas we need, which we know is carbon dioxide. That's one of our inorganic substances. And we also have water, H2O, coming up from the roots, and in the leaves of the plant, the chloroplast of the plant, there's going to be sugars being made. So sugars are right here. And we know sugars are going to be exported down. But then there's also going to be a gas, O2, which is going to be excreted out of the plant as well. So sugars are made in the leaf, exported down to the roots. Oxygen is left over, excreted through those stomates of the leaf, and that's basically after you have photosynthesis going on. Okay, so we have also this takes place in aquatic plants. Let's get that screen caught up here. Okay, so same thing, except for the water itself just diffuses through the leaves, and carbon dioxide from the water, so you have CO2 that's dissolved in water, is also dissolved or diffuses through the leaf as well. Okay, so we have that, and then photosynthesis, and sugars are made. So sugars are made in the leaf, and then of course oxygen, O2, is excreted out into the water as well. Okay, so that's basically the same thing we have here. Of course you have the radiant energy from the sun, and that's basically how your aquatic plants perform photosynthesis as well, from the carbon dioxide from the water. Okay, so just going back into plant cells real quick, we can notice that in a plant cell you have these chloroplasts, and chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis. We know it also contains the chlorophyll, which absorbs the radiant sunlight. And then over here I have a chloroplast, and basically what you want to make sure you understand is that you have your radiant energy from sunlight, so radiant energy, and we'll put sun basically from the sun over here, and we have carbon dioxide coming in, so CO2 going in there. We also have water, H2O coming in there as well. And then what comes out is we have sugar. Oops, sorry about that. Sugar and oxygen, and also some water too. And that basically is photosynthesis. This is the chloroplast. So make sure you label that the chloroplast if you haven't done so already. The chloroplast. Oops, sorry about that. Screen popped up. So chloroplast. Go back. Okay, so the chloroplast. So remember, chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis, containing that green pigment chlorophyll, and we have CO2 going in, H2O going in. Radiant energy for the sun is absorbed through the chloroplast, and out comes your sugar, which is your glucose, your oxygen, and your water. You might want to just label the sugar as glucose if you haven't known that already. Okay. All right. So moving on real quick before we leave this, just make sure that we get this formula down, and make sure that you have your, that you have your carbon dioxide and your water, and these are your inorganic reactants. Okay, so remember those reactants are needed for photosynthesis. And of course, here's your sunlight and your energy, basically your energy. And sometimes you'll see chlorophyll written on the line here as well. So make sure you're writing this formula down. Chlorophyll is our green pigment. And then here is our glucose, which is our C6H12O6, which is your sugar. So this is our organic product. And then, of course, waste product being oxygen and water. Okay, so over here are basically, on the right-hand side, are your products. And over here on the left-hand side is your reactants. So these are what are needed. This is absorbed into the chloroplast, and this is the main product, the sugar, the food, the organic food, and then your waste product. Okay, these conclude our notes from photosynthesis. Hopefully you got all that down, and we'll be seeing you in class. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.